9 of the worst bizarre accidents.
From all sides, Ronald was crushed by terrifying darkness and the walls of the closet he accidentally locked himself in.
But why did
The
he lock
guy's
himself in
heart
it?
started racing, and his breath became uneven. He tried to shoulder barge the door to break out, but it was useless. Ronald screamed, yet no one answered. Panicked, he started clawing at the wall, wooden splinters painfully digging under his nails. Still, he didn't stop. It might sound hard to believe, but even a closet can be deadly dangerous. After watching this video,
He got himself trapped in like a walk-in closet, not like a UK closet, where it's like I don't even know how you'd even get trapped in one of them. A walk-in closet. He went in there and then got trapped.
your
Can't you run
claustrophobia
in, like,
attacks
barges
will
or
be
something?
triggered by the most unexpected places. So, keep watching if you're not easily scared. As always, viewer discretion is advised. Actually, scientists have discovered that claustrophobia can be inherited. This gives us another reason why it's so worth it to dig deeper into our family history and origins.
No,
and
don't
you can create
trigger
from
it.
a history and be added in your family tree. It fast stories. March 20th that someone.
Hey, you just told me you could trigger it, so if I search up that my family's got it, I can Oh wait, inherited from like well.
You could be sipping cocktails at a cruise ship bar and not even realize that someone is slowly dying in an enclosed space a
Well,
few
that's
floors
morbid.
below. On March 22nd, 2024, the Holland America New Amsterdam cruise ship was sailing from Florida to Jamaica and briefly docked at Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas. In the morning, engineer Joseph Terrata was tasked with replacing filters in the engine room and windshield cleaner. Wawan Gusnawan was sent to assist him, although it wasn't his duty. Out of the blue, at 9 a.m., a steam compensator suddenly exploded in the room they were in.
Oh,
An alarm
shit.
signal sounded aboard. The accident wasn't severe enough to sink the ship, but it
Okay.
endangered the workers in the engine room, so they all immediately began to evacuate from there. The staff quickly closed the watertight doors and turned off the ventilation. Yet at that moment, Joseph and Wawan were still inside. The two workers found themselves trapped because manually opening the hydraulic doors was no longer possible. Their death, most likely, was slow. The oxygen level in the enclosed space decreased, the room filled with hot steam, its temperature reaching a whopping 180
God.
degrees Celsius. They were practically
They're
baked
cooking.
alive. When the staff opened the doors, they saw the bodies lying right beneath them. This meant that in their last moments of life, they desperately tried to escape or call for help. No one heard their cries. Death is lurking where you least expect it. And even if you're not in a dangerous job, like just chilling at a water park, it doesn't mean you have nothing to fear.
Oh, come
On July
bro.
12th, 2015, Lahuro Castrejon was sliding down the water slide at Hawaiian Falls Water Park when suddenly he got stuck. He tried to wiggle to move forward, but nothing worked. The situation got worse when he heard the next visitor coming down the slide behind him. That's deadly dangerous.
Well, what
According to
block
safety
him?
rules, which aren't just made up, you're supposed to slide only when the person ahead of you has gone through the whole tunnel,
Yeah,
landed in the
that's
pool, and
the whole
swam
point,
away.
right? Of
Otherwise,
cameras.
you could, break someone's spine or neck. Plus, if someone passes out from hitting the slide at high speed, they could drown in the pool. The guy the operator let go right after Lauro, before his time, was pretty hefty. He crashed into Castrejon at high speed. Lauro blacked out from the impact, opening his eyes at the bottom of the pool. Luckily, he quickly resurfaced and didn't drown. The guy who crashed into him kept repeating, "I almost killed you," in a panic. At the hospital, it was determined that the park visitor suffered injuries to his shoulder, head, legs, and back. Castrejon sued the park and received a compensation of $100,000,
Is that
$12,000 of which went to hospital bills. I mean, at least he survived. In August 2020, at the El Dorado Aquatic and Fitness
Yo,
Center,
I'd be thinking something like that. I'd be thinking something like that would be a bigger payout than 100K if you broke that many things in your body and it was completely their fault.
Arizona, a very strange incident involving water slides occurred. One night when the park was closed, police officer Watts was patrolling nearby and heard muffled cries for help. Searching for the source of the cries, he stumbled upon a water slide where a man was stuck. But he wasn't in the slide tunnel. The man somehow ended up in the
probably,
support
DJ.
pipe of the slide.
Oh!
It was 31-year-old Ryan Kelly, and nobody still knows why he climbed over the fence of the closed park and how he ended up in the pipe. Rescue service workers dismantled the structure and shouted into the opening to communicate with the man. But an hour into the rescue operation, he stopped responding.
What?
Rescuers had to dismantle the slide to reach his already lifeless body. Sometimes, finding yourself trapped in an enclosed space can happen even in the middle of the city.
Yo, that would be one of the worst ways to go out, man. Like, you know when you're stuck somewhere and you're just waiting? Bro. Bro, is that horrible? You can't even imagine it, man.
In July 2017, a maintenance worker from Texas was fixing a lock inside a Bank of America ATM when the doors accidentally shut, trapping him inside. The worker freaked out.
Wait, how? They're not that big. How are you fully in it?
America ATM when the doors accidentally shut, trapping him inside. The worker freaked out, realizing he left his phone in the car. He started yelling for help, but nobody.
Okay, this is why I think I'm claustrophobic, bro. Because chat, like, I'm okay with like kind of like small spaces. So I didn't think I do have it. But if I got stuck there, I think I'd be like freaking the fuck out because I can't get out. Like, there's no way I'd be able to be calm. I'd be freaking out, bro.
He left his phone in the car. He started yelling for help, but nobody could hear him. Luckily, he had a pen and paper with him and began writing notes, asking for assistance. To get the attention of ATM users, he pushed these notes through the check slot.
What?
Here's one of them. Please help. I'm stuck here and I don't have my...
Oh my God. Imagine going to a cash machine and this comes out. Oh my God, what the fuck? I hope he survives, bro, because that's insane.
Phone. Please, call my boss. People withdrawing cash from the ATM.
Call your boss. No, motherfucker, call the police. Get the fire people. I don't know.
Please, call my boss. People withdrawing cash from the ATM and receiving these messages thought it was some kind of a joke and tossed them.
Yo, talk through it. I am machine. Bro, what the...
Eventually, one bank customer called the cops. Eventually,
Wait,
law
the first
enforcement
people
broke the
didn't do it.
lock, and the worker, who had been stuck in the tiny, stuffy room for 3 hours, was finally free.
Wait, you're telling me that people went up to it, seeing a note saying I'm stuck in a machine, and didn't call the cops? What? Bro, listen, I get that you could have thought it was a bit like a joke, yeah, but you may as well just call them and say, look, I would just call the cops. It'd be like, yo, I don't know if it's a joke or not, but like, this machine says there's someone stuck in it. You might want to check it out. Because just in the chance that there is someone, you know what I mean? Just like the slight chance someone is fucking stuck. I know it's crazy that someone's stuck in it, but like, yo.
In the tiny, stuffy room for 3 hours, was finally free. He was lucky he didn't have to wait too long for help, because people aren't often
3
rescued
hours
in
is
time.
long in there.
In 2021, in the Spanish city of Santa Coloma de Gramenet, a little boy was playing near a giant papier-mâché stegosaurus and noticed a foul smell emanating from the sculpture. The child told his dad, and when he got closer to the statue, he saw through the holes in its walls that something was inside. So he called the cops to check it out. And when the officers peered into the hollow of the dinosaur sculpture, they saw a dead man. He had fallen headfirst into one of the dinosaur's legs. How did he end up there, though?
Yeah.
The sculpture had been in the park for so long that it was slowly deteriorating. So, through the burnt-out walls, a metal frame was visible. It's assumed the man wanted to take a photo of what was inside. But then he accidentally dropped his phone into the hole in the damaged statue.
Oh my
then
God.
he decided to retrieve it, and most likely climbed into the hole at the belly of the dinosaur,
Oh my
but
God.
fell further into its leg and got stuck. Builders had
Yo, if you're going to do that, at least do that when you're with somebody else. Doing it by yourself is just fucking absolutely dumb, bro. Like, yeah, you might be able to get it when you think you can get it, yeah, but if you're going to do something stupid, have someone back up. Have someone back up.
had to cut open the Stegosaurus leg to retrieve the body. There's no exact cause of death. However,
died
judging from
getting
the
your
awful
phone.
smell of the corpse, the man spent at least a few days in the confined space.
Yep. Yep.
So many dumb ways to die.
That is, like, Rick, dude, but that is dumb.
And since he was upside down, he likely lost consciousness quickly, which is why he couldn't cry out for help. Sometimes,
Mad.
victims of such incidents get trapped so quickly that they don't even have time to yell for help. On January 27th, 2023, Kevin Holding was near the Cambridge Circus in central London. Kevin was a technician and was supposed to fix one of the pop-up public urinals. It's a toilet with a mechanism that lowers it underground during the day and raises it up at night. As soon as Kevin crawled under the toilet,
What? I've never seen this. What?
raises it up at night.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I am not taking a toilet where it goes underground. Are you mad? Are you mad?
As soon as Kevin crawled under the toilet to work on the malfunction, it suddenly started descending into the ground, crushing him. The weight of the empty urinal cabin can be around 110 kilograms, and this urinal mechanism was definitely heavier. Dozens of firefighters spent over 2.5 hours trying to free Kevin from the
Oh
trap,
my god.
but they couldn't save him in the end. Rescuers
Oh my
retrieved
God.
his lifeless body. Sometimes you can get trapped right in the building where you live. On August 22nd, 2019, Sam Weisbrand stepped out of his apartment in the Manhattan Promenade high-rise and got into the elevator. When the doors opened on the first floor, he started to exit. However, at that moment, the elevator suddenly malfunctioned and began plummeting down. I barely managed to watch the surveillance video to the end, and I definitely can't include it in this video. In the footage, Weisbrand instinctively reached out his right hand to grab onto the elevator door frame and tried to put his right foot on the floor. Yet the falling elevator crushed him. In front of terrified neighbors, Sam attempted to climb out of the shaft gap, desperately clawing at the floor with his nails while the elevator was still moving downward. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. The elevator literally crushed him in half. Before the tragic accident, residents often complained about the elevator frequently malfunctioning. And all this in a building where the monthly rent for one-bedroom apartment is over $3,695. But sometimes the deadly confined space can be right in your
Expensive ain't always best, man. Expensive ain't always best, bro.
own apartment. When researching for this video, I was surprised by how many lives your regular fridge might take.
What?
For example, statistics from 18 months from January 1954 to June 1956 show that 54 children ended up trapped in household refrigerators, and not all of them were saved. Luckily, with the modernization of refrigerators,
Parents, hello? Parents? What, you got parents? What do you mean a kid's fucking trapped in a fridge, bro? And died? Do parents not go, oh, I haven't seen my kid for now. Well, where is the little shit? Where's the little shit? Bro, what?
mechanical latches that could accidentally close were replaced with a magnetic system, so the
Oh,
unfortunate
1950s.
accidents decreased.
True.
However, they didn't disappear completely. In 2023, 34-year-old Brandon Lee Bushman was hiding from the police as they had a warrant for his arrest. Witnesses say they saw him hide in an unoccupied apartment when he spotted some officers nearby. Sometime later, a call came into the precinct about a body in the basement of the same building. Brandon likely decided to lay low in the freezer that was there. The thing is, the apartment was empty and disconnected from electricity, so the refrigerator wasn't working. Brandon
No, I'm not going mad at the kids for going in the fridge, even though it's fucking dumb, yeah? Kids are dumb, right? I'm on about, like, where the parents, bro. Like, surely the parents would, like, be like, oh my god, my kid's gone. Let me go find them. You know what I mean? Like, how long can you survive in the fridge for? Surely a couple hours, right? I'm surely a couple hours, right? Surely.
probably thought that hiding there would be safe. Let's just say he was wrong.
But would you look in the fridge for them? I think I would. If I know that my fridge is big enough, UK fridge is tiny. But if I thought my fridge is big enough for a kid to be in, I'm gonna check everywhere. I'm gonna check every big space you can. You think they got outside? Maybe. I suppose.
This refrigerator happened to have an old-fashioned mechanical lock that couldn't be opened from the inside. The guy likely tried to break down the door, but in such a narrow space and twisted position, it was definitely very difficult. Later,
What is
he
the
started
whole point
breathing
of that
faster,
mechanical lock?
greedily swallowing air until it ran out in the freezer. Brandon suffocated. However, not all similar stories have a clear and understandable explanation. On February 15th, 2004, the cops had to bust into the house of 51-year-old Ronald McClagish
feel it.
from Murrow in Cambridgeshire. His buddies reported him missing for about 2 weeks. A neighbor said he heard sounds like someone digging dirt. After the police conducted a search, they found Ronald locked in a
Go
closet.
away.
Unfortunately, he was already dead. Plus, the closet was filled with water, and the door walls were scratched from his nails. Ronald was
God.
desperately trying to break free. And that's what the neighbor heard. The police suspect the man was tidying up in the closet when it fell. The door couldn't be opened because it was jammed against the floor. There was a copper water pipe running through it, so he decided to break it off to knock the door down with a heavy object. Yet water started flooding out of it. Because his
Oh,
body was submerged
shit.
in water, he died of lung swelling in less than a week.
Damn.
Ronald's family believes someone locked him in the closet on purpose, calling it intentional murder. But the police never found any evidence to support this theory. And that's not even the most mysterious story of death in a confined space. Residents of Port Clinton, Ohio, still think the case of 14-year-old Harley Dilley can't be considered closed. On December 20th, 2019, a boy went to school and never came back. People had spotted him acting risky before. Plus, Harley had gone missing before when he was mad at his parents. He had Asperger's syndrome, along with a few other psychological syndromes and disorders. So his folks immediately called the cops. The search went on for a whopping 23 days. They used drones,
Where did he go?
helicopters, dive teams, and specially trained dogs. They even went through loads of local surveillance footage. And then, in one of the vacant houses, the cops found the boy's jacket, but no sign of the kid himself. Sometime later, on January 13th, they decided to search the place again, this time more thoroughly. One of the officers noticed a small hole in the wall leading to the chimney. He reached inside and felt a human head with horror.
Oh,
Indeed, it was Harley. By the time they got him out
Oh
of
my
the chimney,
God.
he had been dead for a while. The autopsy showed that Harley died a few hours after getting stuck in the chimney. His lungs were squeezed by the narrow walls, and he suffocated.
you know what? I know people are against that, Svenik, but I'm not actually against that. I actually think air tagging kids is smart. I actually think that's smart, bro. Air tagging kids, like put air tags in all their clothes and stuff like that, and you know, people will say, yeah, but what if the air tag gets like hacked or whatever? But like, you know where your kid's at. You know what I'm saying? And kids are kids, man. Kids can be dumb.
Why the boy crawled into the chimney is still a mystery. Some think he was held captive, and Harley was trying to escape. Others believe his own parents wanted to kill him. And some think it was just another dangerous kid adventure. But the police still don't have a definite answer.
Isaac, if the dad is a serial killer chasing him, bro, then I don't think the air tag is like, yeah, that's, but you're already, you know, you're a kid, man, and your dad's a serial killer. You already, you know, it's already a fucked up situation, you know what I'm saying?
As a kid, I was terrified of elevators, which often meant taking the stairs. Drop a comment about which confined spaces make you uncomfortable. Also, when you finish watching this video, I reckon you'll have the guts to subscribe
Yeah,
to my
true,
channel.
grown-ups are dumb
There
as
are
well.
plenty more creepy stories here that might just save your life one day. To dive into your family history with MyHeritage.
Damn, bro, some of them was crazy.